everybody! So I know I'm super late to this party, Naked Smoky, but I just got it like a week ago and I've been using it and I wanted to do a look with it. These are not my colors. Like, I put off buying this palette because I'm just like, these three here, fucking hate. I hate like cool tones, silvery, gray, I hate them. But like some of these are really beautiful, a lot of like these mattes are really nice. I'm just not a smoky eye person, but this palette is 50% off right now at Macy's. So I was like, fuck it. It's like $27, so I got it mostly for the packaging. Like honestly, I just want this packaging. I just wanted to see this palette amongst my other palettes. The first time I used it, I used like these four here, only because these are my least favorite and I just wanted to see what I could do with them, and spoiler alert, I hated it. I hate these. I feel like if I were to incorporate them in a different kind of look other than just using these, and I use this gray one, maybe I'd like it. And then the second time I did more of these like neutrals, like browns, and that looked a little bit better. I'm just really trying to like it right now. Like I'm still unsure. So I'm gonna give it one more try. I already have all of my makeup on except for my eyes. For my base, I'm gonna use a paint pot in Stroke My Ego. It's a limited edition color. It's very old, but it's kind of got that like taupey, silvery, smoky kind of vibe to it. It's kind of drying out. It's old and gross. This is pretty similar to that Urban Decay primer potion in, I think it's called Eden. I could be wrong about that. I know that Urban Decay has like a silvery primer potion, and this is very close to it. So if you want to get a cruelty-free version of what I'm using, go ahead and get that primer potion. I'm using this just because I have it. I'll probably regret using this, but I think I want to try a silver color one more time, and I feel like this might help. I should zoom you in maybe a little bit. Alright, so in with the palette, there aren't very many matte shades. I'm gonna start with Combust right here as sort of a transition shade, and then probably use this gray one. What's that? Password. Probably some of that too. Let me know if it bugs you that I already have the rest of my makeup done when I start these. I only do it because to me the eyes are all I really care about. The eyes are all that excite me about makeup. The eyes are where I can get more creative with my makeup, and the rest of my face is pretty boring to me, and I just simply don't care about it. I simply don't care about foundations. I like highlighters because like this one has a little bit of pink in it, because highlighters can have some color. I don't really care about blush. I don't really care about it. Like it just bores me. I know that other people do find foundations and like brows and stuff interesting and want to see them, and maybe I'm being the asshole in the situation, not showing you guys like what I do, and like if you care about it and just like can't see it, and I'm being a jerk because I just do it off camera. Or should I have just like one video that has all the boring shit in it, all the stuff I do off camera, and then in my like beauty videos I can just do my eyes like I want to? I don't know. Or let me know if you're like me and you just simply do not give a shit. It's like I've tried to care, I just don't. Alright, this eye is like not blending properly. This eye looks fine. This eye looks like shit. Maybe it's not picking up on camera, but it's like too heavy right here. Let me try to blend it down with a different brush. This is bugging me. Okay. Yeah, so I just took a brush with 13 on it. That's like the beigey one up here. Just kind of blend that down a little. Now, I think I'm gonna try to do like a halo eye. So here's my plan. I want to use Black Market, blend it into Smolder, blend it into Armor. With this right in the middle to like be extremely metallic and extremely silver with like a real dark situation. We'll see. We'll see if that's what I actually get. I'm taking that Password, that like matte gray, because, and this is where I'm like a little bit peeved, like Black Market and Smolder are still pretty metallic. They're not glittery, but they have like a very evident shine to them, and that's where this palette's like pissing me off. I wish they would have just done a matte black, you know? I don't know. So this is Password. So I'm starting a new job next week. By the time you watch this, knowing myself and knowing how I edit, I'm probably already working at the new job. I start the Tuesday after Labor Day. I think that's the 9th? I think? I don't know. No, it's not the 9th, it's the 6th. I'm getting out of retail. I'm not doing makeup anymore as like a full-time job. I never actually said it on my channel because like I'm not supposed to. You know what, it's not that I wasn't supposed to, it's that if I did disclose where I worked, like if I did mention it on any social media where I worked, I had to be extremely, extremely careful with what I said. But fuck it, I don't work for them anymore, so I can say it. I have been working for MAC for the last 2 years. I think I might have said it a couple times, but I don't work there anymore. Very, very happy about it. I'm very, very happy. I don't know how to put this because I don't want to make like a bashing video about MAC, although I probably could. It would probably get a lot of views if I talked about what it's actually like to work for MAC, because it's not what you would think. I'm glad to not be working for MAC in particular anymore, but mostly I'm very happy to not be working retail anymore. Looks a little silly, but okay. You know what, I'm actually liking this a lot better so far than the last couple looks that I've done. I've only done 2 looks, like I said, but they both ended in disaster and I hated them each time. But this isn't too awful. I think I'm gonna bring password kind of out a little bit more too. So I am definitely not gonna say the new place that I'm working because there is only one of them in the country. It's the only place. So if I even if I even gave hints about where I worked, like it'd be pretty easy to figure out. And I have an actual stalker that I have an actual restraining order against, and I don't know if this person knows my YouTube channel or my Instagram or anything, so I'm probably not going to talk about it very much. But I will say that I'm very, 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 very excited. I have a mirror behind me, so if I'm like looking into the distance, I'm just trying to blend. Did I say I have a mirror behind me? I meant in front of me. Behind you. Now I feel like everyone's gonna be asking me for like a MAC exposed video, but I don't want to burn any bridges, you know? I don't want to be unprofessional, but there are so many fucking things, so much bullshit that happens when you work for MAC that it's like across the board. Like it wasn't even just my location, it's like MAC as a brand and what they do to their people. But then, you know, on top of that, I did have a lot of like I did have a lot of crazy customers. Like I have enough crazy customer stories to last me like 10 years. You wouldn't even believe. We had a very interesting clientele at my location, and so many things. Did anyone ever see that meme that went around? And it's like maybe still going around, like a baby boomer versus millennial type of thing. But it was like if there's a line or if there's like a wait when you're in a store and you have to wait for help, and it's like somebody says like, oh, I'm sorry, there's a line, you might have to wait, and the millennial is just simply like, oh, that's fine, I can wait. And then it cuts to like baby boomer, and it has a gif of this like old ass lady like destroying a room and like shoving things off of tables and like ripping things apart. And when I say that that actually happened where I work, like that actually happened where I work. There was, it wasn't me, it was my coworker. She was working alone. Somebody went on their break, so she was by herself and she got a little rushed, but it was only like 3 people. It was not bad. It was not that bad of a wait. But this like old ass lady, not, when I say old ass, I mean like maybe in her 40s. Like not ancient, but got pissed at her because she has, like, you have to help everybody. You can't help one person at a time. You have to help everybody at the same time. It's multitasking. Like it's a pretty common thing. Like anywhere you go, most of the time there's one person working, they're gonna be helping everybody. But this old lady was just pissed because she wasn't getting all the attention. She had to wait a little bit. She, you know, but then she literally started destroying stuff and she started throwing things on the floor. She went up to our registers where we had a display and literally with her arm swept it and knocked it all over. People are crazy. The area where I was working is, and I don't live in this area, but it was where I was working, and it's a pretty wealthy area, so we have like a lot of housewives and soccer moms with a lot of money, and they're very entitled, and so, you know, we would get a lot of that. It's sad to say, but we got a lot of very mean, entitled people that would just fucking yell at you, scream at you for anything. All right, this is Black Market. I'm gonna just start to build up that halo. Like, I'd be lying if I said that the customers weren't a big part of why I wanted to leave. We have very, very entitled, abusive customers that shop with us, and a lot of people taking advantage of us. When you work for MAC, people will try to trick you and try to like haggle to get their makeup done for free. Like, people treat you like you're like a full service salon, when in reality, like, it's retail, it's a store. Like, you have to buy things. You can't just get your makeup done, you know? I don't know. I don't want to talk about it anymore. It really does make me upset. MAC was a dream job of mine, and it turned out to just make me miserable. You know, they say never meet your idols because they're just gonna disappoint you, because you build this up in your head. And like, I shopped at MAC when I was a kid. Like, when I was 14 and I went into the MAC store, and it was like heaven. It was like everything I'd always wanted. And so when I got the job there, I was so happy, and I was so ready to be a MAC artist and do such a good job. And then, you know, you get taken advantage of. But I'm leaving. September 1st is my last day, and if I hustle, I can maybe get this video out in time, and we can all celebrate together. All right, I'm gonna just start with Black Market on the lid. I'm not really bringing it in the crease at all. I probably will later. This looks kind of lopsided, doesn't it? Whatever, I'll fix it. So I'm gonna just flip that brush over and go into Smolder, which is the purpley one, and just kind of go over the edges. I'm not really filling in the lid. It would help if I turned my fucking head so you could see. I'm not really going into the lid, like that blank area, as much as I'm just kind of blending over Black Market. And yeah, I'm definitely gonna need to blend through the crease a lot more than I did. Actually, I don't hate it. I'm getting some fallout, but should have expected that. I'm mixing Black Market and Password together for the crease. I'm upset about Smolder, this like purple color. So I'm just gonna put Smolder over Black Market like completely, because I wanted it more purpley. That's a little better. Is it better, or am I just trying to trick myself into thinking that it's better? Because it's not better. Okay, my camera overheated, so sorry if there's like a jump in framing. I tried my best. I'm gonna take that paint pot one more time and just kind of amp up the center. I really just want that to show really vibrantly, so I'm gonna just, I think I'm gonna just go right in with my fingertip. Okay. I'm just so upset that that purple Smolder, I'm really upset that Smolder is pretty much just gray. I think that's my beef with this palette, is like they're all just gray. And I get it, like it's a smoky palette, I get it. I have to do the lower lash line. I've just completely been ignoring it, so I'm gonna take a clean pencil brush and do this. This fallout is pretty bad. Normally I do my eyes first, but for the sake of these videos, I just do my face first, and I just don't like that. And I had already put Password down a little bit down here. I'm just doing Smolder right now, inner and outer, classic halo eye technique, nothing new here. I'm really glad I ended up putting a little bit more of that Stroke My Ego on first, because like look at the difference, like how bright it is on the top compared to underneath. My dog's barking. I think I'm just gonna do eyeliner in the waterline. I'm just gonna do liner on the inner and outer. Oh my god, there's so much eyeshadow in my eye right now, like holy fuck. I'm gonna leave the upper lid liner free. I really just want this silver to kind of pop with my eyes open. And I feel like liner will just kind of cover that up too much and just make it so dark. Alright, there is the final look. I finally got a look to work with Naked Smoky. So if you're like me and you're just like not into these colors, you're not really into the smoky eye, I would just pass on it. The only reason I got it was because it was on sale. Super on sale, and because the packaging is dope. Like, you can't deny that. Like, that looks awesome. You can really only accomplish a smoky eye with this. Like, you can use some of these lighter ones down here and some of these lighter mattes. You can create a pretty, like, subtle neutral eye with it, but there are better ways to do that. than have, like, it would be so wasteful if you're not going to use these dark colors. Like, this is a smoky palette, and if you try to turn this into something that it's not, it will not work for you. It is nice, like, if I ever feel like I want to do a metallic, satiny, glittery, dark eye like this, then I can. Like, this could even have been darker. I think it's fine. The quality is fine. You know, it's Urban Decay. It's what you'd expect from a Naked palette, so I could maybe, like, zoom out now. I'll probably use it again. It won't be a daily palette for me, but I'll use it again for sure. As far as I know, it is still half off at Macy's. I don't know how long that's gonna be for, but I mean, there's some information for you. As always, I just want to say thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!